Hello everyone, in this video we're going to go over some sample questions for Canadian Citizenship Test. Feel free to pause the video if you need to do so. Let's begin. Question 1. What are mobility rights? Option 1. Canadians have freedom of speech. Option 2. Canadians can enter and leave the country freely and apply for a passport. Option 3. Canadians can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada, enter, leave the country freely, and apply for a passport. Option 4. Canadians can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada and enter, leave the country freely. The answer is option number 3. Canadians can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada, enter, leave the country freely, and apply for a passport. Question 2. When applying for citizenship, which of the following statement is true? Option 1. Officials will not check your status. Option 2. Officials will not ensure that you meet the requirements. Option 3. Officials will verify that you are not prohibited from applying. Option 4. Officials will ask you for gifts or money. The answer is option number 3. Officials will verify that you are not prohibited from applying. Question 3. After you pass the test and meet all the other requirements, option 1, you will receive some money from the Canadian Citizenship Fraud. Option 2, you will immediately receive your citizenship certificate. Option 3, you will receive a notice to appear to take the oath of citizenship. Option 4, you will have to pay an additional fee to attend your citizenship ceremony. The answer is option number 3, you will receive a notice to appear to take the oath of citizenship. Question 4. What was the main contribution of the Royal Canadian Navy during World War II? Option 1, protected convoys of merchant ship in the Battle of Atlantic. Option 2, fought primarily in the Pacific against Japan. Option 3, led the main assault against German naval forces. Option 4, was mainly a ceremonial force without combat roles. The answer is option number 1, protected convoys of merchant ships in the Battle of the Atlantic. Question 5. What forms the cabinet? Option 1, the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers. Option 2, the Prime Minister and the House of Commons. Option 3, the Prime Minister and the Senator. Option 4, the Senate and the House of Commons. The answer is option number 1, the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers. Question 6. Name a celebrated Canadian filmmaker who has won international awards. Dennis Arcand, James Cameron, Norman Jewison, David Cronenberg. The answer is option 1, Dennis Arcand. Which of the following statement is true? Option 1. At the citizenship ceremony, you will take the oath of citizenship. Option 2. You will sign the oath form a few days before the citizenship ceremony. Option 3. You will receive your Canadian citizenship certificate a few weeks after the citizenship ceremony. Option 4. At the citizenship ceremony, you will receive a notification indicating the next step to become a Canadian. The answer is option number 1. At the citizenship ceremony, you will take the oath of citizenship. Question 8. In which of the following situations can you not ask the police for help? Option 1. There has been an accident. Option 2. Someone has stolen something from you. Option 3. You are a victim of assault. Option 4. Your water pipes are leaking. The answer is option number 4. Your water pipes are leaking. Question 9. What are the responsibilities of the members to the House of Commons in Ottawa and to the provincial and territorial legislature? Option 1. passing laws and approving and monitoring expenditures. Option 2, passing laws, approving and monitoring expenditures, and keeping the government accountable. Option 3, monitoring expenditures and keeping the government accountable. Option 4, matters of international concerns. The answer is option number 2, passing laws, approving and monitoring expenditures, and keeping the government accountable. Question 10. The citizenship test will assess option 1, if you're honest. Option 2, your knowledge of Canada and rights and responsibilities of citizenship. Option 3, your knowledge of English or French. Option 4, if you meet all the criteria to become a Canadian citizen. The answer is option number 2, your knowledge of Canada and the rights and responsibilities of citizenship. Question 11. What is La Francophonie? Option A, a traditional French music. Option 2, a region in Quebec. Option 3, a French-Canadian political party. Option 4, an association of French-speaking nation. The answer is option number 4, an association of French-speaking nations. Question 12. What percentage of Aboriginal people are Inuit? Option 1, 65. Option 2, 30. Option 3, 20. Option 4, 4. The answer is option number 4, 4%. Question 13. Which one of the following is not a source of Canadian law? Option 1, laws passed by Parliament. Option 2, Civil Code of France. Option 3, English Common Law. Option 4, Military Code of France. The answer is option number 4, Military Code of France. Question 14. To become a Canadian citizen, option 1, you only have to demonstrate an adequate knowledge of English or French. Option 2, you only have to pass a citizenship test. Option 3, you have to demonstrate an adequate knowledge of English or French and pass a citizenship test. Option 4, you do not need to demonstrate an adequate knowledge of English or French. The answer is option number 3, you have to demonstrate an adequate knowledge of English or French and pass a citizenship test. Question 15. Who is Canada's largest international trading partner? Option 1, United States. Option 2, Mexico. Option 3, Europe. Option 4, China. The answer is option number 1, United States. Question 16. You are allowed to bring family and friends to your citizenship ceremony. Is that true or false? That is true. Question 17. What is Magna Carta? Option 1, the Greater Charter of Freedom. Option 2, a map of the world in 1215. Option 3, the Constitution of Ireland. Option 4, the Great Code of England. The answer is option number 1, the Great Charter of Freedoms. Question 18. What is the origin of the beaver as a symbol of Canada? Option 1. The beaver was adopted centuries ago as a symbol of the fair trade in general. Option 2. The beaver was adopted centuries ago as a symbol of the Hudson's Bay Company. Option 3. The beaver was adopted centuries ago as a mascot by the first pointers. Option 4. The beaver was adopted centuries ago as a mascot by the natives. The answer is option number 2. The beaver was adopted centuries ago as a symbol of the Hudson's Bay Company. Question 19. For how many years have settlers and immigrants contributed to the diversity and richness of Canada? 400, 500, 300, 200. The answer is option number 1, 400. Name one source of Canadian law. United States Common Law, Irish Common Law, the Military Code of France, English Common Law. The answer is English Common Law, option number 4.